The plans for the day have changed somewhat. There's a forest fire on the road up to Dawson City. There's signage coming into town, digital signboard that tells you that road is closed. When you try to route with a phone to Dawson City, it will send you to Beaver Creek, kind of over the border there to Talk, and then back to Dawson City, which would mean you could ride the top of the World Highway, but you'd be doing it twice to get back to Alaska, so it doesn't make much sense. We cannot take the Klondike Highway, we'll take the Alaskan Highway. First we'll fill up. So in 1 mile we hit Route 1 north. So I'm going to keep an eye out for any signage to see if the conditions have changed to Dawson City. But it's a long stretch of kilometers that they officially closed. Right, we've got the signs for loose gravel and extremely dusty conditions, but seems like it's damp here. It's a little bumpy, but no problem with the gravel. Yeah, if anything, bumpy. I feel like they've sprayed this down. Oh, it's not a crash. Someone's just separated their truck by the look of it. Right, we'll let this guy by. The trike with the trailer is letting everyone else pass them because at 55 this road is too rough for them, I think. It's in okay shape, but it's pretty bumpy in places, and I'm not sure they're enjoying it too much. I need to put another layer on. I tried to hold off on doing that to kind of save it for later, but I'm going to need it today. There isn't really anywhere to even stop. We haven't seen a rest area or anything like that. So there's no indication where the next fuel is. I have a turning to make in 67 miles. There might be something there. Oh, wild horses. What is north? Okay, there's nothing within 30 miles north of us. Everything is behind us. I think we're about to head into some weather. Got an extra layer on, got the winter gloves on. Still a little cold, but if I have to put the waterproofs on, that should cut down the wind a bit.
It turns out today's going to be a pretty good day for seeing the wildlife. The wild horses here are apparently the northernmost wild horses on the whole planet. I make a U-turn because something caught my eye in the bushes.
Wow. Alright, burning smell is gone. Either them, but they seem okay, or the pickup that just passed me. We're gonna have to slow down. It's too cold. We'll put the waterproof trousers on to cut the wind that way. Maybe another layer there. Well, the issue is there's nowhere to really pull over. Right now we are heading directly northwest, so it's bad further west, but it's not too bad ahead or to the right, so we've just got to hope we curve more to the right, which I think we do. Haynes Junction, 23 miles, so I reckon there'll be fuel there, and get cup of coffee, add some clothes, and keep going. It's not going to be a massively long day, but I think we're not going to be able to maintain the speed limit all the time. There are signs for roadworks around Haynes over several kilometers, so that's going to slow us a bit. Stop, warmed up, cup of coffee, and we're good to go. Alright, we'll top off here anyway and get warmed up.
I feel I should point out that me being cold is entirely my own fault.
Hello. Oh, how you doing? Cold. Right, topped off fuel at Otter Falls. Had a nice chat with a couple of guys. Headed the long way around to do the top of the World Highway and then come back and do it again, because that was the point of their trip. A guy cycling south for a year, and an older guy pulling a trailer. I know I had a nice little chat. 20 miles to Haynes Junction and then Destruction Bay. 100 miles after that or so. That's what the guy in the gas station said. This is Haynes Junction. Accommodation, gas, camping, RVs, it's all here. Lots of ads for motels by the side of the road. Ice cream? Not today. Okay, definitely 4 or 5 places to get petrol. Well, we're turning here. Glad I just read that sign. Yep, plenty of motels, few places to eat. Not a bad place to stop for the night if you end up here. So many people, seems like they were planning to take that route to Dawson City and then over the top of the World Highway to top. I mean, a couple of guys might try and brave it or wait it out or see if the escort car will let them through, but most of them should be on this road. Surprised I haven't seen too many bikes today. Trees are starting to spread out a little more, like there's more space between them. You can see up on that hillside to the right. Not nearly as dense as it was before. The road's widened up a little bit, still not a lot of traffic. Destruction Bay will be our next destination. I am curious how it got that name. If it's to do with shipwrecks, we'll find out. Anyway, there'll be fuel and services there.
Destruction Bay is actually named after the high winds that would destroy the military buildings they were erecting in the early 40s.
No, they've seen me. Just check there's nothing else around. I presume there's a mother somewhere nearby. Well, there's something moved back there. Are we right-hand drive? Toyota Haynes.
You do see more right-hand drive vehicles up north because Canadian law is a little more relaxed than American import laws.
Right, I think we're crossing this bay, and there's a little bridge on the middle of it.
This bay is extremely wide and windy, and it doesn't make you feel any more relaxed that you feel like you're riding into a giant rock.
It's easy on the Cassier to start forgetting about speed limits and the fact you have to slow down for towns and all that. But once you get past Watson Lake, you have to pay a bit more attention to that stuff. Still haven't seen a police car in an awful long time, only one park ranger's car.
You can find gas, food, lodging and RV parking here. Apparently I didn't seem very impressed though. There's no issues here following the pilot car, but in other areas where it's wet, sometimes they just don't go fast enough for you. So I found it's best to hang back and then pick up the speed when you need to get through some of the dirt.
It's not too bad. A couple of slippery patches, but it just seems to keep going. Half a mile of gravel, half a mile of tarmac, half a mile of gravel, half a mile of tarmac. No wonder we had to wait so long for the pilot car. You always see these pictures of, you know, the Alaskan Highway and there's aerial shots and it's colorful and there's bright colored signs, motels, gas stations. This has none of that.
And then I spot something you don't see in the tourist brochures, so I thought I'd turn around and take a look. You do see this a lot up north, like abandoned vehicles laying around, and it's just hard to get rid of them, I suppose. I'm told by a local this isn't a problem because for half the year they're covered in snow. Beaver Creek is the last settlement in Canada before we leave Yukon Route 1 for Alaska Route 2. You'll find a store, 2 places with gas some of the time, 2 places with accommodation, and 1 pretty welcoming restaurant behind a rather formidable door. Next up, we'll get to some of the worst roads we've seen yet,